Okay, welcome everybody back to my driveway, and this is where we always start our rides, and this ride in particular today is brought to you by Termignoni exhaust systems. That's right, we have the new Termignoni monkey exhaust, the full system on here. See how it sounds in the helmet, vlog style. I'll talk about it, tell you what I think, and then we'll go down to the pit bike track at Lars's and we'll tear it up and get a third person perspective on what it might sound like. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Well, let's go. All right. Pretty good sounding exhaust so far based on idle. First thing I notice is my leg touching the factory heat shield, because I haven't had a factory heat shield on this bike in a while, and that's it sticks out a lot wider. I forgot how wide it sticks out, but I like that heat shield because I ride around this bike with the kids a lot and I'm always wearing shorts. I'm in Florida, and even when it's a chilly day out like today, I still wear shorts. It's just I don't own a lot of pants to be honest with you. So factory heat shield is something that I really liked about this exhaust. So far so good. I like the way this sounds. It's got a smooth sound. It's a lot of mid-range. It's not a lot of bass. It's not a lot of brap and rasp to it. In the helmet, it sounds really good. I'm gonna take a little quick run into my parents' place here and maybe take a little spin around the trails for a second. All right, so got our sugar sand trails. These are always hard to ride on, especially with the monkey and a Grom and a Trail 125, and right now it's the dry season in Florida, so it's super soft. Pretty smooth sounding so far. Doesn't sound drastically different than the other systems that I've had on there, but it's got a really smooth tone to it. I'm liking it. So we'll just do our leisurely neighborhood cruise, work our way through the gears, give you like an everyday sound example of how this exhaust sounds in the helmet when you're just kind of cruising along, not going nuts, because I tend to just take this bike and record myself going nuts. All right, so now we'll do basically like your basic neighborhood creep. You know, you want to go through your neighborhood and not make a bunch of noise, take it up through the gears as if I'm trying to be quiet for my neighbors. So it's definitely got some pipe to it. It can get loud, and it doesn't sound entirely different. Doesn't sound that much different than the other exhausts that I've tested, and that was definitely to be expected, because honestly I haven't heard much of a different sounding exhaust on the Monkey. It's really, I think, just a pretty straightforward system that you're not going to get a lot of variation on in sound, and that's just something that I think we all need to understand, and with it go with the exhaust kind of that we just think fits our budget best and looks the coolest. So what we're going to do is give it the 0 to top out treatment here, and we're going to see how fast it goes. This is obviously going to be a full tuck. We have a crosswind, so there's nothing pushing us or holding us back, so it should be good conditions. You ready? Let's go. So that was our top speed run with a full tuck, as much as I can tuck in. The speed felt pretty on par with everything else. I won't know until I look at the data if it made a difference. It's kind of hard to quantify a difference in these exhaust systems based on them all kind of being the same size pipe wise. This system looks like it keeps a consistent pipe diameter all the way back to the silencer, whereas like the Yoshimura system and I think the TB system have they open up a little bit before they hit the silencer. So I'm not sure if that's changing the characteristics of the power curve any or not, but from my experiences with cars, when you open up a collector like that, or you step it, you call it, it does change the power characteristics, and that can either increase torque or increase horsepower or decrease one or the other in favor of the other. It's a science that really just needs to be tested on a dyno, so it's almost impossible to say what exactly that stuff is doing. You know, and that's kind of, to me, left up to the companies. They need to do that testing to prove their systems on their own, and if I had a dyno I'd do it for you, but I don't, so kind of just got to use the old butt dyno and see what it does. Alright, so we are at Lars's pit bike track, and I did basically design this track with Lars, and we ride our 110s on it, and he's got a 150F, and we ride the Groms. Renan rides the Pee-wees and stuff, so this is kind of like our, you know, little personal track here that I can test stuff out pretty freely on. So I'm gonna rip a couple laps with the helmet cam on, and then I'll switch over to a third person cam and give you the sound perspective from if you're watching from the side. All right, cool. You ready? Let's check it out. So, what are my thoughts as I ride down this bumpy road? I like it. I think it's sick. It's a really nice looking exhaust. It looks racy. It doesn't have the classic look to it, but it's got an exotic kind of look to it with the shark fin, carbon fiber tip, and you know, it's just stainless, like a matte stainless finish on it. Super good looking exhaust. I like how it uses the stock heat shield, and it fits up really nice. It's a high quality piece. It's a high dollar piece. It's about the same price as a Yoshimura, but You know, it's very well made, so it's worth it. And that's the most important part. You want to feel like you're spending money on a well-made product, right? Especially when you spend $500 or $600. So I give it 2 thumbs up. I really like this exhaust. You know, I don't know if I could say it dethrones the Yoshimura or not. It's all subjective to me now, because after running a couple of different exhausts, I really don't think at the end of the day they do too much against each other. I don't think one exhaust is going to be the hot ticket versus the other. I don't think the Yoshimura exhaust is going to be faster than the TV exhaust. I don't think the TV exhaust is going to be faster than the Termignoni. I don't think Akrapovic or Over Racing or anything is going to be faster than the other. I mean, you're just basically opening up the airway of the monkey over stock, and that's the purpose of it. And when you shop for exhaust, you really need to shop on how it looks and how it sounds. And basically, when you distill it down even further, how it sounds, they all kind of sound really similar to each other. Even Akrapovic, which has 2 pipes in it, to me sounds similar. So I just don't think you're going to get a change of tone on the small bore 125 on this bike in particular. I've heard Grom exhausts sound different than each other, but on monkey exhausts, I haven't heard them sound too much different than each other to make it say like, oh, that's an FMF, or oh, that's a Yoshimura, oh, that's Akrapovic, or that's a Termignoni. So to me, you got to go on what you like. Do you like the looks? And after that, you need to go on build quality. So do you like the finish of it? Do you like how it fits? Is it slim? Is it tucked up? Does it use a factory heat shield? So those are the things you need to zone in and key in on when you're shopping for exhausts. So Yoshimura is obviously the most popular exhaust out there, and that's what I had. As soon as it came out, I got it for this bike, and it's been the old standby. It's basically, you can't go wrong with it, right? And everybody's got it now, so that's kind of one thing. If you want to go against the grain, you want to be a little bit more unique, then you go with something different than the Yoshimura. So right now, I think I'm running pretty high on that unique factor. The Termignoni is not an exhaust that I've seen come across our groups or come across YouTube too much. So I'm pretty happy with the unique factor of it, and being a little bit more individualized. So that's a big selling point for me, is that you're getting an exhaust that not everybody has already. And I love Yoshimura's exhaust. I think it's definitely the target. It's the high watermark. That's what every exhaust is out there trying to beat. And like I said, it's impossible to determine whether it beats it based on horsepower or sound, because those 2 things, I think all exhausts are going to come up sounding the same and producing about the same amount of power. And that leads it to, what's your most important thing? And to me, the exhaust, the most important thing now is individual, or so to me now, the most important part is uniqueness. Like, how unique do you want to be? Do you want to have the old standby and have the same exhaust as everybody else and know that it's a good exhaust and enjoy it for what it is? Or you want to stand out a little bit? If you want to stand out a little bit, the Termignoni is a great choice. And like I said, it's all subjective. So it's all on which one I think you believe looks the best. And to me, the second part should be the build quality. I can tell you the build quality on this exhaust is outstanding. It fits fantastic. It uses the factory heat shield, which is a plus, and it's got this Italian kind of sexiness to it. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's got good curves, got good design. It's a good-looking exhaust, and it's more of a racy-looking exhaust than a classic thumper-looking exhaust. So it kind of has a more modern look to it, and that adds a different touch of style to your bike. And to me, it's a classic bike. It's a classic retro throwback bike. So the Yoshimura exhaust fits that bill really nice. The TV parts is a retro looking exhaust. But if you want to be a little bit more unique and put a touch of modern on there, the Termignoni exhaust is pretty hot. I like it a lot. So with that, I hope you enjoyed everything. Hope you enjoyed the 2 previous videos. Check those out if you haven't already. I'll put them at the end here. We have the what's on the bench that highlights the product and explains it and shows you what it is. we have the installation video, of course, and the video that you just watched, which was me putting the Termignoni stainless exhaust for the Honda Monkey to the test. So, thanks again for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, tell your friends. And that's it, closing it down here from Florida. See ya.